Mike Lawson here with CU Broadcast. Welcome to our show, and if you are into gamification at your credit union, and that should be all of you, then we have the man to talk to here, Mr. Matt Davis from Sixth Story. How's it going, Matt?
Great, Mike. Thanks for having me on.
You're very welcome, sir. Any time. Hey, you have started up another venture. I mean, it seems like an annual thing for you at this point.
Yeah.
It's called GameFi, and it's GAME and it's gamification for financial institutions. So this is quite a big trend throughout maybe any industry, especially in the financial services industry. It's been a trend for quite a while now, but you are actually kind of developed a company that revolves around it. Can you tell us a little bit about GameFi and what's it all about?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. You know, it's interesting. About 2.5 years ago, I wrote a publication for the Filene Research Institute about how game mechanics might be applied to financial services.
Yep.
And it was interesting when I wrote about this. It was brand new. It blew people's minds. Well, what is this gamification?
Yeah.
What is this wizardry? And it turns out you're exactly right. Other industries have been thinking about this for a long, long time. In fact, Gartner Research has found that 40% of the 1,000 largest companies in the world are thinking about using gamification by 2015, so just a year from now, as the primary mechanism through which they're going to transform business operations. So this isn't a brand new thing. Right. Other industries are applying it, but I think maybe it's a component of the word game, right? Where here we are in a really serious business. Mm-hmm. Why would you be thinking about games, something that seems like child play? And so in the publication, what I found is the things that make games fun and addictive and engaging are things like feedback, are things like keeping score, things like seeing how other people are doing. And when you add all those components together, what you've got is, it's not necessarily a game, it's really sound business practices that we should be adopting. Mm-hmm. And so what I try to do is try to think about all the things that we needed to think about in terms of gamification, and how do we adequately use it in the financial services space to engage people. But when I wrote the publication for Filene, I was really thinking about members. I was thinking about how do we engage members, because obviously we're all talking about member engagement. But I started looking at these stats for branches in financial services. A lot of people have been talking about branches being dead, but the data says something completely different. 81% of new account openings are happening in person at branch. 83% of loan applications are happening inside the branch. Wow. 59% of consumers that have had a branch transaction in the last month. So when you think about all this data, the branch is not dead at all. And it really makes me think, if we can engage members and consumers and audiences with gamification, what can we do to engage our frontline staff, the people that are interacting with these members in this really intimate transaction, which is financial services?
Yeah, it doesn't come down to, I mean, we all kind of have a competitive spirit within ourselves, and we want to perform well. I mean, I don't know too many people who want to perform below average or just average. You know, we want to exceed, or succeed. And I think this is where a lot of the gamification comes into play. It kind of gets those competitive juices flowing.
Well, I think that's an interesting point, Mike, and thanks for that. You know, we've been talking about a sales and service culture in credit unions for a long, long time, but we're not doing the basic things you need to build a sales and service culture, right? I mean, if you go to an auto dealership, you best rest assured that each of those dealers knows exactly how everybody else is doing. Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah. It's a dog-eat-dog business. And I'm not recommending credit unions go to a model where it's actually inter-competition, where it's neck and neck, right? And we're, dog-eat-dog sort of mentality. Right. But if you're really serious about turning those interactions in the branch into productive conversations, you really have to do a better job of tracking what's happening in those interactions and giving people real-time feedback about how they're doing. This whole idea of an annual performance review does not work well with the idea of a sales and service culture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.